When most people can't sleep, they try the usual things. Tea, headphones, blackout curtains. But what if, instead, you bought the weirdest, most ridiculous, and most overpriced sleep gadgets in the world? I've booked myself into a different hotel every night this week for a multi-night experiment to find the weirdest sleep product ever sold. And all of this to answer one simple question: can these unusual products fix my sleep? I'm really bad at sleeping in new places. And in just a few weeks' time, I'm flying to Poland to meet my girlfriend's family. The last thing I want is to show up looking like a zombie. So let's try and find a solution. We're starting with the shock controller. Play the animation. This product looks like something you'd find on a very different website. And to be completely honest, if I can avoid taking a battery-powered vibration device for airport security, I will. Oh, and that reminds me, we need to lay down some ground rules. Rule number 1, I can only take one product with me to Poland. This is not my rule, this is Ryanair's rule, because I'm not paying for a bigger suitcase. And rule number 2, the best product will be determined by my sleep score. Does he mind? I'm trying to film. So this is the Winketh anxiety relief device, and they claim it sends microcurrents through your body to stimulate neurotransmitters in the cerebral cortex. I don't have enough GCSE to know what that means, but one thing I do know is the reviews are concerning. Valerie said, painful. Any accidental pressure sends rocketing pain up my wrist. This would be a great self-defense device. Lol. Mrs. K said, how on earth is this relaxing? It's a horrible sensation. I mean, when you bought a device that says it electric shocks you, I don't know what you were expecting. The majority of these reviews seem to think it's very painful. One of the reviews even questioned if it's a sleep device or a torture device, which has me slightly concerned about my decision to purchase. But there's only one way to find out if it works or not. Room tour. Upon entry, this place looks like a regular hotel room, but it comes with plenty of amenities. For example, it comes with its own fidget spinner. That's the lock. That's the thing that's supposed to keep me safe at night. And it's pet friendly. And possibly my favourite feature, the toilet roll holder is the other side of the room to the toilet, creating a nice little mini game every time you need a To be completely honest, I tried to keep the budget down on this video and I booked cheaper hotel rooms, and I'm starting to regret my decision. I'm going to sit on this side of the bed because that side of the bed was broken when I got here. I don't know what happened. So this is our first sleep device. It looks a little bit like a Teletubby, and if the reviews are to be believed, this thing is very painful. Now, the company that make this claim that it sends electric shocks up your wrist, which is really relaxing and would help you sleep. There is literally no way this thing is going to help me sleep, but there's only one way to find out. So I think you power it on, and then you're supposed to hold it. How is that comfortable? The only way I can describe the way this feels is imagine a nightclub, but the nightclub's going on inside of your fingers and nobody else can feel the music, but just the inside of your hand can feel the music. That's what this feels like. I'm struggling to see how this could ever help anybody sleep. And to be honest, at the moment, I'm Team Valerie. There's only one thing left to do. A cheesy transition into my pajamas so I can test it at night time. Let's get into, oh, Jesus Christ, the ditch in this bed. Who's sleeping in this bed? Let's give it a bed test for the very first time and see if I can be proven wrong. Do you know what? I think there might actually be something to this. Apart from the fact that the bed has a ditch the size of the Grand Canyon, this is quite comfortable. I've got to be honest, I feel like some of these reviews are being quite dramatic. Oh, hold on. This thing's got settings. I don't know if it's on the top setting. No. Okay. I take back what I said about being dramatic. If you ever wanted veins in your forearm, you just get one of these things. This is a piece of gym equipment, not something to sleep with. Jesus. I'm going to play some Leaf Green, get some sleep, and I'll catch up with you in the morning with my sleep score. Good night. To be honest, I did actually find this thing mildly relaxing, but my sleep score was only 82%. Let's hope the next product's more effective. Okay, so this thing's a little bit dystopian. The review photos look like it belongs on Black Mirror. The most bizarre thing about this product listing is that it indicates that it'd be good to use at work. Now, I don't know what job you're working that allows you to wear a eye massager with heat compression and music, rechargeable electric eye mask for relief puffy eyes and dry eyes, sleep mask for dark circles, improved sleep, gifts for men and women instead of doing your work. I work for myself, and even I'd consider that a misconduct in the workplace. Things get even weirder when you look at the product review videos. Oh my God. That feels illegal to watch. Like, I'm watching the guy through his bedroom window. By the sounds of it, this thing doesn't just massage your eyes, it massages your soul. But let's see what the customers have to say. Red Moon said, not for small noses. I was not able to use this because it pinches my tiny nose closed. Something tells me that's not going to be a problem. Deborah said, this thing rubs your eyeballs. Who wants that? Well, you did purchase an eye massager, so I feel like this one might be on you. And Jennifer said, if you have a small face, pass on this product. I am returning it. You could have warned me sooner. I have high hopes for this thing. There's a lot of features to test. Even if only a couple of them work and help me sleep, I think we might be onto a winner. Do you smell that? Smells like a room tour. This room comes with its own unique design style, which I like to call minimalist incarceration chic. It comes with its own handsome tall man and its own built-in swimming pool. And it has toilet roll, which is more than I can say about the last hotel. There's a dining table if you're somebody who likes to stare at the wall when you eat. And there's a chair for watching other people have a good time. But my favourite feature of this hotel room is it comes with its own pre-built escape tunnel. This place does have really cool hallways, so that kind of makes up for it. This hotel does also have a zoo next to it. I'm a little bit concerned about secret agent penguins coming to kidnap me in the night. So what this thing supposedly does is it massages your eyes, it heats your eyes. Not sure that's something I particularly want. It plays calming music. And there's another symbol here which looks a bit like a Wi-Fi symbol, so I don't know if this thing is putting out its own 5G, but I'm gonna go for a walk, grab myself some McDonald's, and we'll test this tonight. The walk to McDonald's gave me time to reflect on the value of friendship and family and the meaning of life. I'm joking. I'm not gonna try and force a fake heartfelt message about love and connection into a video about weird sleep products. Don't worry. But at least the nugget slapped. I'm back at the hotel. It's time to settle down and sleep. I've got my Apple Watch ready to test my sleep score. Let's give this thing a go. My face feels like a Wagyu steak. This thing doesn't feel safe. Why is that giving me a headache? Over the next few hours, I spent a bit of quality bonding time with the Oasis. We watched Coronation Street together. There was some drama between David and Sarah, whatever that means. And we even got time to play some games together. So I've tested this for the last few hours, and the only thing it's given me is a headache. But I'm gonna give it one more chance, settle down for bed, and I'll update you in the morning. It's like 6 AM. I had to take this thing off, I couldn't sleep without it on. Oh, it's talking again. Get me out of here. Against all odds, the Oasis actually scored lower than the Shock controller, with 79%. This might be to do with the fact that it gave me a headache all night long. You're probably thinking, James, that's not a hotel. That's a half-finished custom-built camper van. Listen, I told you I need to keep the budget down in this video. This is not the ideal product to be taken on an aeroplane. Don't worry though, because it also comes in pink. So if you're getting kidnapped and you want to look fabulous, you can do both. So they claim this product is to help you stop snoring. The added benefit for you watching at home is it means I won't be able to talk. They also claim that it's beard-friendly, which... not really going to be a problem. Let's see what the reviews have to say. Bert said, don't waste your money. I'd give it -5 stars if it was an option. Were you the hostage? Maria said, foi tudo muito rapido e correu tudo bem, which translates to, everything went very fast and everything went well. I'm not entirely sure that Maria bought this product for its intended use, and now I'm considering calling the police. The funny thing about the reviews on this product is that the majority of the photos are middle-aged women who've just slapped it on their husbands' faces and taken a photo. I've just realised I'm testing hostage mouth tape in the back of a van on my driveway, which means my neighbours may call the police and I may get arrested tonight. But the only crime I've committed so far is not giving you a van tour. As you enter, you're greeted by this lovely sofa area that has plenty of storage for all of your for sleeping. If you turn to your right, you're greeted by your kitchen. Use your imagination, come on. This property is a 1-bed, 1-bath, although if you speak to certain landlords in London, they'd probably class the garage as a separate bedroom. When I was looking for places to stay, this place only had one mysterious review from a guy named James Paintera. This is his profile picture, he must be Spanish. And this is what he said. Wow, the tall, handsome owner of this van must be really good at DIY. Weird. Mouth tape time. So this is supposed to prevent you from snoring. I'm not really a snorer, so I don't know how effective this is going to be for me, but as soon as I saw the company name, I needed to try it. There are lots of complaints to say this isn't beard friendly, and I've got a little bit of a mustache coming along right now. I'm gonna have to enhance that near it so you can see it. Hopefully, after using this, I will still have that little bit of mustache coming along because it takes me about 6 months to grow in the first place, and I don't really fancy trying again. Okay. It barely sticks to my face. When I ordered this, I didn't consider the fact that it's impossible to make a YouTube video with tape over your mouth. Yep. My 6 mustache hairs are still there. I've just clocked on to the fact that their slogan is "Don't let bad sleep hold you hostage." That is a questionable marketing decision. I settled down for bed and tested out the hostage tape while editing the video that you're watching right now. I even recorded some voiceovers, like this one that you're listening to right now. Hi. If you haven't realised it yet, you're currently watching my first ever YouTube video. I've been wanting to be a YouTuber since I was about 11 years old. I don't know anything different, and I'm putting everything I've got into this first year. So if you want to come along for the ride and say you were here from the start, now's the chance. I'm gonna have some snacks, put this mouth tape back on, and get some sleep. Finally, we have a product that ranks highly on the sleep score, with a massive 93% taking first place. So it's raining raining outside, so I'm going to record this one in the car. Don't judge me, it's not my fault. So anybody that knows me personally knows that the biggest reason why I struggle with sleep is temperature. I've genuinely slept with a fan by my bedside since I was 4 years old. That fan is running for so many hours a day that my neighbours probably think I'm doing some sort of wind tunnel experiment. So this product has a lot of promise for me personally. They claim a few sprays of this bad boy will cool your pillows and bed sheets right down, which will make it a lot easier for human rotisserie chickens like myself to sleep. I mean, it seems to work because look how happy this lady is in the product photo. She's having the time of her life. However, all of the reviews seem to highlight one major red flag. The smell was atrociously strong. It has a very chemical smell. Is overpowering. Stuck with this dreadful smell. Now, they have tried to counter these claims by adding a slide to their product review photos that says fresh minty scent. But personally, I'm not buying it. Well, technically I did buy it, but... I know we're not here to rank hotels, but apart from the directly exposed electrical wiring behind me, this is probably the best hotel room so far. Room tour. At first glance, this is actually quite a nice hotel room. I kind of feel sorry for whoever tried to drill this mirror into the wall. They really did just give up. And if you're somebody who struggles to get up in the morning, there are exposed wires behind the light, which will allow you to get up faster. Not only that, but a new toilet paper method just dropped. The overhead extension. But overall, this is probably the best hotel so far. It even comes with some actual amenities. So this is tonight's product, and there's one big review that we need to test. What does this thing smell like? Huh. Oh, it's like vapor rub. It's burning my eyes a bit. I can see one really obvious flaw with this product. You're not supposed to put it on your skin. So you can only use it if you're wearing pajamas, but if you're wearing pajamas, you won't be able to feel the bed sheets. What's the actual point of this then? I am extremely concerned that this is going to smell so bad that it's going to ruin these hotel bed sheets. The smell is that strong that I feel like I can barely breathe. It's kind of a nice smell, but it's a bit much. Do the bed sheets feel cold? They kind of do. I actually think this thing might be working. The big issue though is, even though the bed sheets do feel like they've cooled down, it literally smells like I'm taking a bath in Vicks Vapor Rub. To the point where I would say the reviews are probably valid. That being said though, I do feel like I'm going to sleep well tonight, which is more than I can say for some of the previous products and more than I can probably say for the products coming up. I'm going to settle down and I'll update you in the morning if this thing actually helps. While I was doom scrolling myself to sleep, my back started to feel a genuine burning sensation from the spray. This room stinks. Despite the overwhelming smell and the fact that it felt like it burnt my skin, it scored pretty well on the sleep score with 90%. Do you remember the first night before you went to school? Would you like to relive that feeling? Well, boy, have I got a product for you. The sleeping backpack. So the company that make this claim that it's to stop you snoring and force you to sleep on your side, which is technically correct. But surely sleeping with a car airbag strapped to your back can't be comfortable. Let's see what the customers have to say. Watkins says, if you have trouble with sleep, there's a good chance this product will only add to your woes. Instead, I bought a vest and my wife sewed a pocket into the back, into which we put a tennis ball. That sounds horrible. Nick says, bag came without the airbag. What do I do with it? Well, unfortunately for you, Nick, you bought yourself an expensive Dora the Explorer Halloween costume. And Fatima says, bonjour, la pouche d'air se dégouffre, which translates to, good morning, the airbag is deflating. That might be the calmest complaint I've ever seen. I'm not too confident about this one. The idea of sleeping with a backpack on sounds incredibly uncomfortable, but I'm open to be proven wrong. Let's give it a try. Haunted Mansion Tour. This hotel is straight out of a horror film. When I booked it, I wasn't fully aware I was staying in the house from The Conjuring. I feel as though the receptionist is a little overdressed. But the room itself is not too bad. This is the first hotel room I've ever stayed at where the bathroom is actually bigger than the bedroom, which is strange. And there's a weird obsession with mirrors. You can say hi to yourself here, and here, and here. And there's a mysterious hidden door in the corner of the room. Presumably that's for Scooby-Doo to plan his escape. When TSA asks you where you've got hostage mouth tape, an electric vibration device, and a suspicious second backpack inside of your first backpack, it's gonna be a hard one to explain. So as far as I can tell, the idea of this thing is it's supposed to stop you from sleeping on your back. And it does so by using a giant inflatable inside of the backpack to stop you from rolling over. Doesn't sound ideal for comfort. So this is how it came in the post. I'm assuming I'm supposed to blow this bit up. Not like that. Just not helping myself on the aeroplane front, am I? Let's cut to night time and give this a proper test. This is not going to be comfortable. This looks ridiculous. I look a bit like I'm about to go parachuting in my pajamas. I feel like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. How am I going to sleep like this? I can't even lean back to put the sheet over me. I feel so restricted, but at the same time, it kind of feels like someone's spooning me. There's like this warmth on my back that actually feels quite nice. Of course, I wouldn't know what that feels like because I'm always the big spoon. So I guess the big thing to test here is, can I actually roll over with it on? You can roll over if you just do like this. I get it, and I think it would work for some people, just not for me, because I don't normally sleep like that. And just for science, if I was to try and sleep on my back, I'd be sat like this. I'll speak to you in the morning. I didn't sleep well at all last night. There was something on my mind all night, and it just kept me tossing and turning. I just couldn't sleep because of it. It kept playing over and over again in my mind, and I don't even know how to say it, but I couldn't sleep because I kept thinking about the fact that you've not yet subscribed. I'm so sorry. I'll never do that again, I promise. The sleeping backpack came in third place with 88%, but there are still 2 products to go, including the weirdest pillow in the world. I told you the budget on this video was low, but even for me, this is an all-time low. And speaking of all-time lows, crystals for sleep manifestation. Yep, that's in my Amazon history. The photos on the listing make it look like I'm about to evolve from an Eevee to an Espeon. That's a Pokemon reference. Supposedly, the theory here is that if I do some sort of bedtime ritual surrounded by rocks, that I'll sleep better than your granddad does 5 minutes after he's had his Christmas dinner. Seems unlikely. I never expected my bedtime routine to be sponsored by Minecraft, but there aren't many reviews of this product, but there is one from Juliana, and she said, I ordered crystals for sleep, but got crystals for love manifestation instead. Come on guys, do better. Juliana wanted a good night's sleep. She didn't want a second date with Kevin from accounts. If all it took to get a good night's sleep was a handful of rocks, I'd have raided my neighbour's garden a while ago, so I don't think this is going to work. But do you know what? I may as well go in with an open mind. Tent tour. So when you come through the front door, you're welcomed into the living room. So when you come through the front door, you're welcomed into the bathroom. So when you come through the front door, you're welcomed into the kitchen. So when you come through the front... Okay, so these are my crystals. Those were my crystals. I feel a little bit like Jack and the Beanstalk, like... What am I supposed to do? Trade these in? I guess the idea is to put these in some sort of circle and go hum and hope it magically changes my life. But I am sleeping on concrete, so probably not going to work. There's literally no way a rock can have any effect on your day, but I guess tonight we find out. I've got to be honest, it's cold tonight. I don't particularly feel like sleeping in a tent. Although these supposedly have magical healing powers, I don't think they can make concrete comfortable. Has it worked? I settled down for bed and did some manifesting, whatever that means. But then I kind of got bored and wanted to see if I could juggle with the crystals. I played my Game Boy for a little bit with the crystals on my chest, hoping that would make a difference, and called it a night. Update. They don't work. They really don't work. No change to the sleep score rankings as the crystals fail to make the list. Okay, so you may notice I'm recording in the car again. This is my first ever YouTube video. I get anxious. It's busy. And you may also notice that I'm wearing the same shirt as yesterday. Is that a crime? Maybe, but you're never going to know because you can't smell a YouTube video. It's time for the one you've all been waiting for, the ostrich pillow. This thing comes with quite a reputation, and the product photos are as unhinged as you'd imagine. Why is he sleeping on the floor of an office? I'm calling HR. There's a video on the product listing, and the guy genuinely looks like something out of The Last of Us. It also says that this thing blocks out sound and light, which is ideal because you won't be able to see or hear everyone laughing at you when you're wearing it. By the looks of the photos, you're supposed to put your arms in the holes above the head, a bit like some sort of inflatable tube man. But let's see what the reviews have to say. Mr. J says, this is a really expensive mask. Brilliant. Remind me to never wear this thing in a public place. D said, Viel zu klein für große Männerköpfe, which translates to, much too small for big men's heads. Okay, D, there's no need to show off. And finally, Mr. Haviland said, this item is now banned on British Airways. Now this is concerning because the product photos say that this thing has the green light to be used on aeroplanes. So somebody here is lying. And I'm going to find out who. Is this product as comfortable as they say? Can you use it to sleep on the floor? Will I get put on a register if I wear it in a public place? Okay, I'm not testing that last one, but this thing is actually the most expensive product in this entire video. This thing costs £100, and it is essentially a beanbag with a couple of holes cut in it. Room tour. This hotel room has a strange list of priorities. The bed is big enough for a family of 4, but the TV is smaller than an iPad. We've got a wardrobe, a tea station, a desk, but what we don't have is a bathroom, but at least it's pet friendly. Become a YouTuber, they said. Promise you won't embarrass yourself. My immediate thoughts on this thing is, yes, it's comfortable, but it's incredibly hot. It's kind of also annoying around your eyes and your mouth, like it's too narrow. Maybe my face is just a bit too big. This thing only comes in one size, and if I've got a big head, I've got a big head. Maybe Dee's review was right. Much too small for big men's heads. I'm actually quite comfortable. There is one slight issue here though, and that's that this room doesn't have a bathroom. The only way I can go to the toilet in the night, which I do regularly, is to go down the hallway to a joint bathroom with this on my face. If you saw this coming down the hallway in the middle of the night, you'd probably think I was some sort of Scooby-Doo villain gone wrong. This might actually be the most comfortable product so far. They advertise that this thing should be worn on aeroplanes. Imagine getting on a plane with this on your head. You'd be put on a no-flight list. With my nose poking through it, it's more like a pelican pillow than an ostrich pillow. It does feel comfortable. I'm just sweating. So the big question, will the ostrich pillow make it to Poland? There's only one way to find out. Good night. It's so warm in this thing. I feel so dehydrated. So, which product made it to Poland? Does it really matter? The products aren't the weird thing here. It's the fact that we'd rather tape our mouths shut and massage our eyes than pay attention to the thing staring at us right in the face the entire time. So this is the part of the video where I'm supposed to ask you to go watch another video, except I don't have another video, so all I'm going to say is, sweet dreams.